This is GMC Stream. We're at the Space Symposium, and we're very lucky today to have a very good overview of United Launch Alliance and some of their launch vehicles. And today I want to introduce this young lady, very beautiful young lady. And your name?
Good morning, my name is Lynn Shusai.
Okay. And so can you tell us a little bit about the various vehicles? And of course, notice there's one here with the Starliner. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Sure.
So go right ahead.
Sure, so ULA has a fleet of rockets. The one that we're standing next to right now is the Atlas V with the Starliner capsule. So the Atlas V is powered by an RD-180 engine and has a single-stage booster with 2 solids attached. And then our second stage, which powers the Starliner to get to orbit, is the Centaur upper stage. And on the top is the Starliner that'll take astronauts to the International Space Station.
Wow. And this particular vehicle, how long has it taken to actually put together, manufacture? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So the average manufacturing time for an Atlas V rocket is about 18 months.
18 months.
And the Atlas V is the most reliable launch vehicle on the market. We've launched it over 70 times. It launches everything from NASA missions, science missions. We've launched to every planet, GPS missions, national security. So it's truly the workhorse of our fleet.
So when you mentioned national security, so this very reliable launch vehicle has been used to keep America strong, and so it's been involved in satellite launches, I would imagine, with the Air Force. I'm just guessing, I don't really know.
Correct. So we launch satellites for the Air Force and the National Reconnaissance Office, communication satellites for the Air Force and for the Navy, as well as classified satellites and things that we all know and use, like GPS.
Well, you know, a lot of people really don't know that the Navy has launch capabilities. Can we divert and talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
What's your understanding of the Navy's launching mostly for command and control systems? Can you kind of give us an idea?
So a little bit. So the primary mission that we launch for the Navy is, it's called MUOS. It's Mobile Users Objective.
MUOS, yeah.
And MUOS basically is a communication satellite for the Navy.
Okay, great. Well, is there any other, you want to talk about any of the other vehicles? Just very quickly.
Sure.
You don't have to move there, you can stay right next to me.
Sure, so next to me is the Atlas 551, which is our largest version of the Atlas that has 5 solids and a 5-meter payload fairing. And that's used to launch really long duration missions, like the mission that went to Pluto, New Horizons. It took 10 years to get there, so that was our most powerful Atlas rocket. The vehicle next to it is the Delta IV Heavy, and that's basically a Delta IV rocket with 2 strap-on boosters. So it's basically 3 Delta IV rockets strapped together, and that launches classified missions for the National Reconnaissance Office, and most famously, it launched Orion for NASA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then the very last vehicle is our next generation launch system, which is the Vulcan Centaur, and Vulcan will actually be our new rocket starting to launch in 2019, and it'll eventually replace our entire fleet with an American-made engine.
Well, is it because I noticed that the propellant's a little bit different? What type of propellant is being used?
So actually, we haven't gotten to the point where we've down-selected an engine quite yet for Vulcan, but we're really close.
Well, you know, I really want to thank you for taking time. Is there any other further comments you'd like to make?
Just wanted to thank you guys and ULA. We've launched 118 missions successfully, and we look forward to continuing to explore the universe and keep our country safe.
Wow, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.